Adventure riding. What does it mean to you? For some, it looks like this. And for others, it looks like this. For us, the sweet spot is somewhere in between. Lightweight, versatile, and ready for anything. Welcome to the channel. If you're into adventure riding, wrenching, and exploring off-road, you're in the right place. And today we've got something really cool to share because this year we've chosen to switch to lighter bikes for our adventures. And in this video we're going to explain why and how we chose our new travel companions. Our adventures started with the Honda Transalp. It was a great bike for two-up riding and light adventures, but when Emma got her own license, we started exploring more technical trails in Norway and Sweden, and the Transalp always struggled a bit. It's heavy, it has low ground clearance, which made it less fun to ride. I got stuck on rocks a lot, and the heavy bike is just hard to control and no fun to pick up. Last year we went to Romania. We rode ultralight enduro bikes at Enduro Riding Sibiu. For the first time we carved through gnarly forest trails, climbed rocky ascents and crossed rivers on featherweight two-strokes. That raw and nimble feel was unforgettable, and it reshaped how we think about adventure riding. It made us realize that we wanted to ride lighter, tackle more technical trails and explore wild camping setups with minimal gear. Lighter motorcycles just bring a world of advantages. They are way more agile, making tight trails and obstacles easier to handle, and if you drop the bike, it's less of a hassle to pick up. They're usually better on fuel too, so whether you're cruising through gravel roads or tackling single track, lightweight bikes let you feel more connected to the terrain. So if you're looking for lightweight adventure bikes, you can go a few routes. First off, you can look at a performance or enduro segment, like the KTM EXC, which are really powerful and lightweight bikes, but they're also pretty high maintenance. So for the short term that's really fun, but for the long term travel you're looking for something more reliable. A bike you can come home to. A bike that cooks for you. Another option are the mid-sized adventure bikes, like the T7, which are also really powerful, but still a bit heavy for our taste. So that leaves the small displacement dual sport bikes, like the DRZ 4S, which will come out in Europe this year. And they are really light bikes, but also lack a bit of power, so you'll struggle a bit on the highway. But we try to avoid highway riding as much as possible anyway in our adventures, so we're looking at the dual sport segment. The European market has a pretty small offering, unless you're considering buying second-hand bikes which are discontinued. We really do love old off-road bikes and we'll continue to ride them, but we've had our fair share of maintenance surprises with those. Also, parts availability becomes problematic at times if you need replacements or, for instance, a bigger fuel tank for a longer fuel range. We had a pretty clear idea of what we needed in a bike. It had to be light, under 150 kilograms. Reliability is a big one too, so we want something that we can count on no matter where we're riding. And finally, we want plenty of aftermarket options so we can customize the bikes to suit our adventures. Of course, all of this has to fit within a reasonable budget, so finding something that offered great value without breaking the bank was a big priority for us. This package made our shortlist come down to the CRF 300L, the CRF 300L Rally version, or the new DRZ 4S. And after weighing our options, we landed on the CRF 300L. It just checks all our boxes. It's lightweight, it's reliable, it's affordable, and there are tons of aftermarket options available already, and it has a big community. First off, the rally version of the CRF is really nice, but it's heavier, bulkier, and we're not really a fan of its headlight design. So the DRZ 4S is gonna be new on the European market this year. Our reason not to go with it is mostly based on the fact that the EFI system is new on this bike, and we don't know if it's reliable yet. And also they chose not to go with the 6th gear on the bike. So yeah, that will make it a lot harder to ride highway speeds. So now for the CRF. It's the lightest bike of all the options, but also one of the least powerful bikes. Adding to that, the suspension is known to be really shitty. So that means we'll need to fix the suspension and that we'll struggle to keep up with highway traffic a bit. But if you look at Adam Riemann's recent Thailand series on the 300Ls, I think off-road there's still plenty of fun to be had on these bikes. So for me, we chose to buy a grey version of the 2024 model, second-hand in mint condition with only 180 kilometers on the clock. And with a few upgrades I would have done myself anyway, like the Hyper Pro suspension, a skid plate, a tail tidy and a luggage rack, it was a screaming deal.
For Emma, we've ordered the new 2025 model of the CRF, which is supposed to come with better suspension, and we'll definitely compare the two to check out the differences.
So now that we've chosen our bikes, the real fun begins, making them our own. And in terms of modding and setup, we've got a lot of things planned out already. Our goal is simple. We want to build lightweight, off-road focused travel bikes and travel with as little luggage as possible. And we'll take you along for the ride, of course, as we upgrade these bikes and take them on this year's adventures.
Switching to lighter bikes isn't for everyone, but for us it just makes sense right now. We're excited to see where these CRFs take us and how they handle the trails and adventures ahead. So what about you? Are you team lightweight or do you prefer bigger bikes for your rides? Drop a comment below, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you on the next ride.